Hey, so the topic for today will be about tooth extraction, stitches versus no stitches. In other words, sometimes you may get stitches after having your tooth removed, and other times you won't get stitches. And I'm gonna explain when you would get them and when you wouldn't get them. But basically, if the extraction is a surgical extraction where you have to make an incision into the soft tissue, such as the gums, you will most likely end up with stitches. But if it's just a routine extraction, you really won't be getting any stitches the majority of the time. What I mean by that is that, so here is a tooth model with like some fake gums on it. If it's just like a regular extraction where you remove the tooth without having to make any incision anywhere, it would usually look something like this. Where imagine if the tooth was still there, when you take it out, there'll be like a hole in the gums right there, right? So when you have something like this, there really isn't anything to stitch up. What I mean by that is that you can try to stitch the gums, but you won't be able to close the hole because there isn't excessive gum tissue for you to kind of pull together to close it. And I'll demonstrate it to you right now. Right, so here we have some nice purple violet stitches, which I'm gonna put in for you. Here, I'm gonna attach it to the hemostat. And then we're gonna stitch up this tooth extraction socket. All right, go through, push through. There we go. All right, just pull it through, all the way, kind of get close to the end, right there. Right, so here we have the stitch made, but you see, like, I can pull as tight as I want, but that hole is not going to close. Right, it's not going to close because you don't have extra gum tissue to kind of close over the gum hole. I mean, you can even look inside your mouth right now. Right, it's like the gums aren't flapping around in there. It's pretty tight and taut around the tooth. So I mean, that's basically, if you imagine the gums on both sides here, that's basically where the gums end. And if the tooth comes out, you can't really pull it together any more than it already is. Okay. But now I'll explain why you need stitches. If you get a surgical extraction, for a surgical extraction, that is usually what we mean by that is when you get like an incision made into the gums. Typically, this will be for like impacted wisdom teeth, where the tooth is stuck underneath of the gums and you can't get to it until you cut open the gums to get there. And I'll demonstrate what I mean by that because I do have a scalpel right here. All right, there we go. I'm gonna make an incision into here just so you can kind of see. Let's see, maybe we'll do it on this side. All right, so I have cut all the way through like that. Okay, I mean, you can't really see too well on here, so I'll just kind of take it off so you can see better. Right, after I made the incision, you see how it kind of peels apart like this. Right, we had to go through a little more. Right, so if your dentist makes an incision like this, you see how it comes apart, but it can still kind of come back together like this, right? You see that? So this is the perfect situation for when you would put stitches in, because you don't want it to be moving around like this while it's healing, right? You want it to be stuck together like this so it can heal well, and so it will minimize scar tissue formation too. So I'll put this back in. Right, so I mean, basically, if you get a situation like that, you would stitch it up. And in this case, you wouldn't put the stitch through here and here, since the cut is over here. You would actually just put a stitch through here to kind of hold it together. Um, kind of like if I demonstrate it to you right here. Right, would actually put it right through there where the incision is made. Kind of a little hard to see. Like that. through. Oh, got stuck. Right, and I'll take it off just to show you. Right, so this way it holds the two pieces together, you know. So even in this situation, you see how we still didn't really try to put a stitch through the hole, because there's literally nothing to stitch up there. But here where the cut was made, you do have something to stitch up. So, but yeah, so basically that explains when you would get stitches. Essentially, if you get a surgical extraction and your dentist has to use a scalpel to make an incision, right? And that's it.